Hello again. Well, this is number 5, penultimate video, so thanks for staying with me for so long. We're going to look at another of my nightmare scenarios, my disaster planning, which is what do you do if suddenly the Charity Commission engages with you? Now, the Commission talks about engaging, and that's significant. They are a regulator and they have real teeth and real powers. But actually, they talk about engaging, which is far less aggressive. But what does it mean and why? Well, the why is actually the key to the whole thing. If you look at the Commission's website and you look at its vision and its mission and all that kind of thing, they talk about their role being to maintain and even improve the standing of the charity sector with the public. And that's what drives them. So while they can be very firm through to some people find aggressive when they start to engage, their purpose is to try and make things better for an individual charity and for the sector overall, because that's how you maintain public confidence and standing. So that's what happens. Right, what do they actually do? Well, it's a range of things. It can start with something as simple as a letter with a series of questions, or maybe a letter following up that you haven't actually submitted your accounts on time, right the way through to a full enforcement investigation, results of which are public. They're published on the website. And the last process is really quite something and to be avoided. But remember, the Charity Commission looks to engage with you, is looking to improve the standard of charities. So a lot of its work is not actually a public investigation. So they turn up on your doorstep. Something's alerted them. Well, firstly, why do they turn up? I'll start with, what don't they deal with? You have a split in your trustees where one group doesn't like the direction that the majority are going in. They don't get involved in that. It's not something they look at. They don't take decisions on behalf of trustees. That's your job. You make the decisions about the charity. They won't get involved where some stakeholders think you've got it wrong. They get involved where you're breaching charity law. There's a material breach of guidance, especially if there's not a good reason, and it needs to be a very good reason if it's material, or if they believe funds are at risk. They can be through fundraising, through accounting, through expenditure. So those are the headings they come and look at. And if they turn up on your doorstep, they are going to be very thorough. And that is why when I started the videos, in the very first one, I said to you, write things down, document and retain. Because they don't just look at your minutes and agendas. They will look at your background papers. They'll look at the working papers. They'll look at emails, WhatsApp, every piece of documentation. And even if they come in on one specific topic, they won't restrict themselves to that. They will look at the whole of the charity. Because sometimes, sadly, what alerts them is the tip of the iceberg. And we see that in the investigation reports that are published. So what to do? Well, start now by writing things down, making sure your filing is good. Old-fashioned stuff, and I don't care whether it's digital or paper or both, it is old-fashioned stuff, and it's a bit tedious, but it's very necessary. So write things down, keep your filing in good order. When they arrive or when they get in contact with you, engage back. Stalling the commission, pushing them away, ignoring them is not going to help. It will just make things worse. So engage. You may find the process quite traumatic because they will be very thorough, and some people have described it as being aggressive. They don't take anything for granted, and they won't just take things on a say-so. But also remember, they're there trying to make things better. So you may get good advice from them. Take it, listen to them. At the end of the process, you may come out a far stronger and better run charity. And finally, I'm going to give you one suggestion, which I'm incredibly keen on this as a process. If you have not already started, if you've not already done it, really adopt the Charity Governance Code. Get an audit done, develop an action plan, because that will keep you out of an awful lot of trouble. And if the Commission turn up and you say to them, we've adopted the Charity Governance Code, here is our action plan, they can see that you are actually trying to do things. And maybe the priorities you chose in hindsight have not been the best. But you've got that list, you're working through it and you're working towards it. And something's happened and, it's brought it to their attention. And it's always better when things are serious to engage with the Commission and to, most importantly, give them the action plan. So I hope this helps. I also hope it never happens to you. And for most of you, that is going to be true. But at least if it does, you've got some pointers. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the 6th and final video. Thank you. Bye-bye.